Hi friends, this is Ram here and it's Viwer Query 1 on my JavaFX 8 tutorial. One of my viewer, Muntar Al-Absi, he supposed to build JavaFX application that contains a rotate button on the bottom center of the frame and also contains a rectangle in the center of the frame, and the code must implement that when we click button, rectangle must rotate by 15 degree to right. So I'm going to build this little application in JavaFX. So let's begin. Create a new project. I'm going to name my project as Viwer Query 1 and finish. I'm going to delete this previous program. And going to create a border pane. So border pane root. He wants to design this tutorial by considering a border pane. So I'm using this layout border pane root equals to new border pane. Fix the import for a border pane. And add a scene. So in the scene I'm going to add a root layout, say of 500 by 500. Then I'm going to create a color for a foreground equals to new equals to color dot. I'm going to use RGB format with opacity, say red 255, green 255, blue 255 with opacity 0.9, semicolon. And next I'm going to create a rectangle. So next is rectangle. Say rectangle, say I'm going to say box equals to, I'm going to rotate that rectangular blocks. So new rectangle of dimension, say 320 by 200. Fix the import for a rectangle. Add import JavaFX scene shape rectangle. Next I'm going to set some parameters of the rectangle. So box dot set x, say 0, then box dot set y 0. Then I'm going to say box dot set arc height 15. Then again width box dot set arc width say 15. Next I'm going to set the background or fill of rectangular box, so box dot set field, and I'm going to add another color dot RGB with the opacity say 0, 0, 0 and opacity of 0.55. Next I'm going to set the stroke by foreground color, so red, so box dot set stroke foreground, and set the stroke width, so box dot set stroke width, and the value let it 1.5. Now I'm going to add this rectangle to center of the border pin, so root dot set center and add the box to the center. So save this and check whether the rectangle is appeared on the center or not. So here is our rectangle in the center of the border pin. Next close this and come back to our program. Now I'm going to add a button so that we can rotate the rectangle. So button, say button equals to new button, and give the label to a button, say rotate. Next I'm going to add button action. Before that, fix the import for a button, so it will be JavaFX scene control button. Okay. Next I'm going to add a button action, so button dot set on action. I'm going to use a lambda expression, so e with the lambda expression, and now I'm going to rotate the rectangle, so I'm going to add a if statement. When a rectangle, when button pressed, it will be rotated by some degree, so e dot get source, and which is the button, that is when button pressed, the rectangle must rotate by some angle. So to rotate the rectangle by some angle, I'm going to add one variable in the application. So I'm going to add a private, so we want to rotate rectangle by some degree, so I'm going to add a variable, say degree. Initially say let 0, and give a data type as integer. Now I'm going to use that degree to rotate the rectangle, so I'm going to rotate by 15 degree. So degree, it will be add initial value plus 15 to a degree. So next rotate the rectangle, so box dot set rotate and set the value of degree. Now our button action event is completed. Now add this button to a border pane, so root dot set in the bottom and add the button. So we have added the button in the bottom. So save this and check whether button is appeared or not. So here is our button with the aligned to a left. Now check whether it rotates a rectangle by 15 degree or not. So it's working, it's rotating a rectangle by a 15 degree. Now I'm going to add some margin to this button such that it will appear in the center of the bottom. So close this and come back to our application. Next I'm going to set the margin for button, so border pane set margin, and the variable is button child element with I'm going to add some insets values, say 0 on the top, then 0 on the right, say 20 from the bottom, and let's do 20 to the left such that it will be in the center. Now and I'm going to change this, say JavaFX 8 Viwer query one. Save this and run. So here is the button which is in the center and center of the bottom and a little bit up with the 20 of padding. So 0 from the up and 0 from the right, 20 from the bottom and 220 from the left with the center rectangle. Now I'm going to check once again the rectangular is rotate or not. So hence it's rotating and the query is solved. So if you have any questions, again ask me in a comment section, or you can mail me on alapureram@gmail.com. And finally, if you really like my work, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next if you have any query.